No, it's okay, dude. It'll be fixed in post.
Fixed in post.
Yeah, bro.
That sounds.
We're big shots, dude.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh,
Hey Max, quick
Yeah.
question: did you pay for this coffee?
I did beg for it. You know why? Because all my coupons are in my car. But I got 3 free coffees this week.
3.
Yeah, because I had a lot of coupons.
Man, I've been
There
on the hunt for those coupons.
There was 2 per flyer.
Yes.
I got my flyer and your flyer, so it means
Yeah.
I should have 1 more free coffee.
That's amazing. And why would you take them as? Are you allowed any size?
No, it's only small.
Only small.
Yeah. Soon I'm going to be starting to work on those burgers. There's chicken burgers, there's hamburgers, there's breakfast sandwiches, there's
We're getting it all.
taquitos. You know what those are?
Yep, I know what a taquito is. It's the Cuban cigar of fast food.
Yeah. And bro, I'll tell you what, man. I make a point to use every single one of those coupons
You have
because
no
no
choice.
one is going to give me free food and then think that I'm not going to do it. You know what I
No
mean?
way. What
Because
kind?
that's what they think, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're like,
10% of people are
let's
going
let
to use
them know.
these.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, let's let them know that we exist. And then they'll forget their coupons, you know, but
Yes.
they'll still be like walking
Yes.
into the store. Not
yes.
me, bro.
No.
I keep them in my car.
Yes.
I check them every day, you know?
Mm-hmm. You look through them.
Yeah.
A little bit of that action. Yeah, I love those damn.
And I got
coupons.
until May. I think it's like May 4th or something, or May 20 something.
May 26th.
That's a whole other 2 months.
Yeah, I panicked when I looked at the coupons. I was like, oh no, they're expiring.
You
'Cause
saw
I thought it
March,
was-
eh?
I thought it was
I
March.
mean, it would have been impossible because they gave it to us that very week. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how evil would that be to give like 12
window.
coupons and have like 2 days
I
to eat
think
it?
what's really evil is the move when they give you a coupon and it's like, I don't know, free sandwich only at participating stores. Which ones? How do I know? They do that all the time, dude. And then like most places are just like, yeah, no, we don't do that. And you're like, what do you mean? This is your place, right?
I don't think I've ever had that happen.
Yeah, dude. They do that a lot. It's written. Little fine print. Only at participating.
The McDonald's coupons back in the day were a big deal, but now with like Uber Eats, I never actually go to a McDonald's. I always have it brought to me.
Did you know what the greatest coupon for McDonald's ever was?
Which one?
There was a time where if you went to a drive-through in a McDonald's and there was a timer.
Yeah, a timer. Okay.
There was literally a timer, dude.
Wow.
Like the red and black numbers going up. And if it was more than 60 seconds, they gave you a free Big Mac.
For you to get your food?
Yes.
But it's no, dude. It's
I-
always more than 60 seconds.
That's what they did. That's the promo that they had. They had a promo that was like, yo.
But
this
it's
is like 20
always
years
more than
ago.
60 seconds. It's
I'm telling
impossible.
you, man. Yeah, and they were just handing out the free Big Macs. It was the way to live. Man, you were like so excited when it
Do
hit
you like
61.
Big Macs? I think it's
do.
my least favorite sandwich.
I do like them though.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
they're,
too. You know, okay, here. Let me tell you.
Tell me. We're both getting hungry.
It's the texture.
It's the squishiness of
There's
the,
yes, there's too much. It's
we
too
love
much.
the squishiness. That's the whole reason why we love a Big Mac.
I don't.
Oh.
It's too much bread. It's too much sauce. It's not enough meat, and it's just mush.
Yes, the mush is what makes it.
I like a double quarter pounder or a quarter pounder. At least I feel like I'm biting into some substance, you know.
Interesting. Big Mac is a classic.
Or last night I had a double hamburger.
Double hamburger. What the fuck's the difference? Double hamburger. Or,
It's a hamburger
yeah.
with two hamburger patties.
Yeah, but what's the difference between that and let's say double anything?
What do you mean?
Like I don't know, the other guys. There are other burgers. What's the difference between that guy? What's the difference between a double hamburger?
There's no cheese in it.
That's it?
Yeah. So there's okay. You want to know what's the real mystery?
Yes.
There's the double hamburger with cheese, and then there's the McDouble. Those are the same.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. What's
Yeah.
up with that? We have no idea.
I don't even know if that's actually
thing?
if those are both on the menu. But I know that a McDouble is a hamburger with 2 patties and cheese.
Sounds amazing. You
That's
ever watch
pretty
Pulp Fiction?
Yeah. Royale with cheese.
What do they call it down there? Royale with cheese. A Royale with cheese.
You know, you went
Yeah.
last year.
I gotta say, yeah.
Was it called a Royale with cheese?
I didn't check. I just had it, but it was nice. I always remember in that scene the way that he was drinking out of his Coke. What's his name? John Travolta. It always hit me.
Yeah.
like when they were having that conversation, like he had his hand like over the
On the top.
on the
Yeah,
top,
I
dude.
remember that, yeah.
You were just like,
That's a risky move.
what the fuck? This guy's a badass.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy is clearly a psychopath murderer.
Everything anyone did in that movie was fucking cool.
I know.
Like all of the ways that they talked, that they moved, everything just seemed like. Did you ever meet a guy? Fucking Zoltan was like that.
Sultan was the man.
Every single thing he did just seemed like he was like James Dean in a fucking
Yeah, it's true.
Rebel Without a Cause movie. you
Yeah.
know? Every movement he did, every look, every
sentence.
sentence.
Yeah, it's
Like,
so true, dude.
Yeah, that movie was that. It was the epitome of cool guys.
Yes. I
But,
agree.
but that's a lot of effort to be like that. Everything you say is calculated. Like,
I actually think it's the opposite for them. Or maybe, maybe. I don't know. I think some people, they're just
that cool.
that, yeah, they just like, it's an energy. They don't care. They're not even worried about,
I don't think so, dude.
really? Yeah, you think
You
it's
know, so
calculated? It's a show.
in hip hop culture especially, okay. It's impossible that every single thing you say is so fucking cool. It's impossible, dude.
Yeah.
It's like eventually you just want to tell your friends, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how is that possible?
Yeah.
No, it's like I think they show up to the thing that they're showing up, and they know what's cool and they know what's not cool, and they're gonna stay away from saying anything that's not cool and always try to veer towards things that make them look cool.
I think it's like being a black belt and kind of like a social skill, maybe.
Yeah, it's being a black belt and appearing cool and having
Yeah.
a cool guy image.
Yeah, I think that is definitely trained. Like
Do-
in the social context,
Yeah.
it's trained.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're probably right.
and then
But then
probably
it probably becomes.
yes, exactly. With
Yeah.
time, you just become that person. But you know, it's like a guy who can't help himself but lying. You know, it's like at the beginning, it's kind of conscious, but then when like he starts to figure out that like, man, no one is calling me out on this, then that just becomes a part of his personality. He's gonna over exaggerate everything. And then he might not even realize that he's over exaggerating.
Isn't it crazy how like a few things on you or that you grow up with and like some sort of, I don't know, what are those things, like hiccups, I don't know, mentalities,
Yeah.
it ends up shaping
Your personality.
not only like your universe, dude, like the way people experience you, the way you experience the world.
Yeah.
Everything is shaped based off of that. It's the freaking same thing when you do jujitsu, dude.
What do you mean?
It's the same reality. It's like,
Yes. Yeah.
do you know what I mean when I say that? Like,
We bring our personalities on the mat.
you bring your personality on the mat, and that personality ends up creating context around you that is constantly recurring.
It also ends up creating your style of jujitsu.
Everything, like literally, yes, everything. Isn't that wild?
It's our DNA, bro. It's like you know, it's funny, man. I was having this talk with this girl that I went on a date with.
Hot date.
It was an okay date. I mean, she was nice, but you know, like, so look, here's the thing. When people are too nice,
Yes.
I'm like,
Nothing there for you?
yeah, I can't relate to you. Like,
Right.
I'm like,
Angry.
well, I mean, I'm not, you know, I mean, I have a bit of anger, but I mean, like, so anyways, we were talking about the choice, right? So if we follow on what we just said, you know, about like things that happen to us in our early life kind of like shape who we are moving forward, and then it just becomes a part of our DNA.
Yes.
To what extent do we have the choice in that? You know, so
Yeah.
you Abby might be kind of like just reacting. So what she was
I
saying,
understand.
what she was saying was that we have decisions to make, right? We make decisions that propulse us forward in our life. And I say we don't have decisions, we have justifications. Things happen in our life. We look back at what happened. We justify our actions or our way of being, and then we move forward to the next step. But we're not actually deciding what the next step is going to be. It's just whatever happened that brought us there, set up what's going to happen next. And we justify it by looking back at what happened to us or what we've become in a way.
I feel like this is the kind of like the context of this whole thing is kind of like nature versus nurture, genetics versus environment. It's like, is she saying, or which one of you is, sorry, I kind of missed it, but which one of you is saying like, hey, you're born the way
She
you
was saying
are?
you have the decision, and I was saying you have
Environment.
we make justifications.
Yes, so your genetics, because you're saying like, hey, I'm this way, and now I need to justify maybe a little bit. Is that maybe not fair to say? Actually, I'm
I
feeling
mean,
like,
genetics is probably
yo, I'm
plays
this
a part
way.
in it. Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I was born this way,
yeah.
and this is what it is.
I
Eh,
was born this way, or I was born this way in this environment. Therefore, this is my life. And she was saying that you have the power or the decision to choose your life. And I'm like, to what extent? I don't think so.
You know, I gotta say, I think I'm on her side.
Yes, and I'll tell
here.
you why.
You know that about me.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because, and again, this was a thing that I was trying to say to her. So she was like, what you're doing is like more of a victim mentality, and I'm like, yes, it is, and I'll tell you why. Because you have a very good life, so that's why you think, of course, I made this happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like everything, why? Because you know, like you don't want to think that this is not your doing, because it would make you feel, you know, a bit guilty about the things that you have. But if you ask a guy who's in jail, did you choose to be here? He'd be like, fuck no, man.
That's so true.
Shit happened, you know. Shit
Yes.
happens. That's what
Yes.
they would say.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Dude,
it's just
you're very right.
it's just that, you know, or like a person who got like dragged through shit before he got any type of success, you know.
Yeah.
He might be like,
Yes.
I don't know if I chose any of this.
It's tough, you know, because like you can like, this is a very philosophical debate, because it depends where we are and how we are viewing whatever the scenario is. Like you can say to somebody, yeah, you didn't have a choice, kind of like in the bigger hand that was dealt to you. Like you're maybe in a very bad town, or very like a poor family, you know, like broken home. You don't have really a choice when it comes to that. You can't really choose that, but then like you can get into like micro decisions maybe, where it's like, yeah, but you did choose to go hang out with Eddie instead of Brad. And
You
maybe,
have-
you know, like, and then we can
Yeah.
start being like,
You
yeah,
have
what
choices.
happened there?
You have choices, but I just don't know what has more pull.
Yeah.
Your environment or the choices that you can make in them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think it's the environment you're in.
That has a stronger pull. Like they do
Oh,
say,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, listen, they say like, they're starting to say that the larger way that we gauge maybe like a young person's success is not so, it's very much more dependent on the group of people that they hang out with, more than anything, more than parenting, more than like a
Okay.
kid kind of being well in life really is highly influenced
By his peers.
by his peers.
Okay.
So choose your peers. Peers are stronger than freaking parenting.
But you can't say choose
I'm just
your peers.
I'm just saying like,
No,
that's the environment
But what I'm
argument.
saying is that you cannot say choose your peers. I don't think that kid necessarily is choosing his peers. Do you remember being able to choose your peers when you were a young kid? No, you were naturally attracted to the people who you would hang out with.
That's a very true thing. I was naturally
And
drawn to a certain group.
no 8-year-old kid
Can have that
has
process of
of choosing his peers.
yeah. It's a wild thing, actually.
Yeah,
You know, but if you had to choose,
yeah.
because there are arguments that can be made for both sides. I think what your date was saying, and what I also feel, is there are arguments to be made on both sides. Why not choose the one that gives you that empowerment, that gives you that accountability, so that moving forward you can view your things that way, rather than, maybe in the past it was the case, but let's say moving forward you want to take more accountability and empowerment, and be like, wait, if I believe that my decisions are the ones that are kind of creating my reality and creating my universe, maybe I need to, I'm now in the driver's seat, and now every decision I make could lead to like a different outcome now,
Yeah,
today.
yeah, but you got to
Maybe-
start
maybe-
from where you are.
Yeah. Maybe back then you can say, look, it
Yes.
is what it is.
Yes. Fine. Yes.
You know, but
yeah.
today I need to believe that
Yes.
it's my choices that are going to dictate, you know, what I'm like in jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Like it's my
but,
choices
yes,
that are
but
going
you're
to dictate
still
my
starting
level.
from where you are.
You're starting from where you
So,
are.
in other words, there's only so much you can do. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be aiming for a better life, but what I'm saying is that you need to be realistic, starting from where you are with who you are in the environment that you're in, and better yourself from there. You know what I mean? Which is limited. It's limited. So, yes, but for a person who has more, they might not, that's not what, I don't think that's, or it might be what they mean. But it's just, no, yeah. Yes, you're right.
I mean, the truth is literally both right. That's the whole thing. It's like a combination.
It's a matter of perspective. You know what I mean?
Well, it's what you want to justify as well.
What do you mean?
The person justifying, it's what you were saying earlier about the person like who had like who was dealt a bad card. It's like you don't want to say like it's my fault completely. Like you want to justify it a little bit. You can take a little bit of the blame and be like, hey, like I made some mistakes, but you can also be like, it's how you want. It's what you were saying to her.
No.
Oh, I misunderstood
No,
that.
no, it's the opposite.
But because earlier you were saying,
No. But hold on. The person who has a lot,
yes, wants to be like, oh, I'm the shit.
I made this.
I did this.
But the person who
doesn't wants to be like, yo, that was not me.
Exactly.
Yes.
Will usually blame it on others.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So in one case, one person is kind of being like, I'm accountable. This was all me.
Exactly.
Then in the other case, it was like, yo, this is context and,
Yeah.
and
Think
like
about
I was
that.
thrown into. Yeah.
Think about that.
It's wild. It's
mean-
it's unfair.
Yes.
And that is, in a bigger sense, what you're saying. Like,
But
it's like that's what you guys were dealt.
That's why I'm saying the person who just had, let's say, an easier time. Either it's because they were really smart, they were in a good family, they were in a good neighborhood, right? They want to believe that this happened because of their hard work, right?
Yes.
Which is, I mean, you think that's fair or not fair? It
is what it is.
It's just a perspective that they have, okay?
Yes.
Which is fine.
Yes.
But the person who got dealt the bad hand, who just and made bad decisions given the circumstance, of the situation and
Yeah.
his emotional
Capacities.
yeah, okay. He's way more likely to say this wasn't my fault.
Agreed.
Okay, so now you want to say the person who has everything wants to tell that person, no, motherfucker, it is your fault because I made all the decisions in my life, and look at how great my life is. You could have done the same thing with your life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's fair.
That's not fair. It's completely unfair. It's good. And again, like the jiu-jitsu analogy for me is like this. You take two people, day one. Honestly, like, I don't know, like a Zoltan and,
A big guy and
well, no, it's more. It's not that it's the size. It's one person
Athletic.
grew up athletic
Yeah.
and did things, and then another person never played a sport, decides now I want to do jiu-jitsu, and then
Yeah.
and then the person, the
Yeah.
athletic person will say maybe one day to that person, hey, like it took me a year to get this good, 1 year.
yeah,
It took me 1 year. Look at me. And then the other guy's like, okay, I should be able to. No,
yeah,
no, no. Why? Like you grew up in that environment.
yeah.
You grew up in this, and you cannot achieve what that person, like that guy person doesn't even realize just the luck of, well, maybe not the luck, well, the context of what they were given, because maybe they had parents that put them in sports, maybe they lived near a park, like there's so many factors there that could factor into
They might just be genetically
genetically
gifted.
Carlins, Every time I say Carlin's name, I imagine a fire truck going by and him coming
him
out.
going-
I go,
Yeah.
and us being like,
Yeah.
and he's shirtless. Why are you shirtless, Carlin's, all the time?
I had no time. We had to go.
No time. He's
I
on
got my
fire.
shirt.
So yeah. Anyways, like, it is a thing, but I guess ultimately, like, everybody's journey is their own, and you gotta make do with what you got. Some people have like advantages in some areas. Some people have advantages in other areas. Like, I can make an argument that, some people who grow up in harsher times could have more determination, more grit. Like there
Yeah, but
are
it's
things
not.
that are
It's
going to come
not.
from that.
We can't look at the exceptions in those cases
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's just not fair.
That's also not fair, right?
You got to look at the majority and be like, okay, well, how do we make this better? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like what works? Like what can we? Like what? It's like the other day at the SAU, right? We were talking about like fat people losing weight, and you were like, if that guy was Michael Jordan, he would say, "Fuck no, I'm doing this workout." And I'm like, dude, you can't compare a fat guy to Michael Jordan. He's gonna give up instantly. It's not fair.
Yeah, again, I'm going to try and make the same point that I tried to make then. He's not going to output Michael Jordan. He just needs to think like Michael Jordan.
I know, but he is not Michael Jordan, and he's not
Yes.
there.
Oh, you're saying
you
I
can't take
understand.
someone who's down there and be
Yes.
like, bro, I need you, bro, to think like a champ.
the best of the
No,
best.
dude, take a
Yes.
step.
Yes.
You know,
That makes sense. I understand
Just-
now better.
just
what
be
you were
there.
saying.
and just like figure this out.
Yes.
Once you figured this one out, let's try this one. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I don't even think if you told someone like that who is, I'm going to use this word, inhabiting his body, I don't think if you said think like Michael Jordan, they even understand remotely what that even means.
I mean, there are some people who might feel very inspired by that, but they can't keep up with that form of inspiration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're down there, bro.
Yeah.
They've been fucking watching TV and eating potato chips after work for like 10 years.
Yes.
So it's possible to watch a really inspiring documentary and then be like, tomorrow I'm changing my life.
Yes.
But it's not gonna happen because you're trying to skip all the steps. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's not a road to success, dude. You know?
Yeah, I don't know what it is that I'm so stuck on where it's like you're not going to start doing all of the things that those people are doing. What I'm trying to say to you is, like you're saying, like take this little baby step. I'm saying take this little baby step and start to try to think like that person, which for you is going to sound like such a small thing. Like you can't even imagine
But-
how that person is
But that's what
computing.
you have to be able to vocalize to that person.
Yeah, that you.
What is that step?
But that's for them to uncover in the process, where it's like you just would ask them.
No, dude, I think that's for the coach to make them realize.
Well, that's fair. Yes, like, hey, listen, like here is the first step. You need,
Yeah.
like, if it was me, I would say, hey, your first step, as crazy as this sounds, is going to be to try and think like an athlete.
Now, I would not say that.
I don't know what it is with me. Yeah, I'm so stuck on that. Like, and I truly believe it, where I would be like,
Because, dude, you know, you can replace action with inspiration and thought. So a person can think and feel inspired and feel like they really accomplished something through their thinking and not do shit.
I've been
That's
there.
way easier
Yes.
than being like, hey, dude, all we're going to do this week is I want you to do 2 workouts. They're going to be 30 minutes, and you're going to drink a bottle of water a day. Fuck the thinking, dude. I need you to do 50 push-ups. We have an hour to do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I mean, look.
That is way harder.
Yes.
And that involves, by the way, no thinking. I don't need you to think.
I
need to show you that you can do this. That's
Yes.
the doing.
Yes, and in the doings, I love that statement. It's like reminds me of a meme where there's like a brain and a person. He's like, we must do the doings. In the doings,
Yeah.
very much. What do you think he's going to have to
You know what he's gonna think.
like, Michael?
No. You know what I want him to think? I want him to think this is really fucking hard, but holy shit, I'm doing it. And that's all. I don't want him to think that he's fucking unbeatable.
Yes.
You know?
I don't think they think like that.
Michael
Well,
Jordan?
Sorry, I don't know if Michael Jordan thinks he's unbeatable. I think he I don't know, obviously, what the hell, but I think he thinks I'm not gonna let anybody beat me. Like, you're not gonna beat me. Like, I don't think in his mind he's like nobody, because
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
That
Like,
fat guy doesn't have
inherently-
that mentality, dude.
And so when you're saying to that guy, you know what I want you to do? We have 1 hour. I need you to I need you to just fuck everything. You're doing 50 push-ups. We have an hour, or whatever it is. Obviously, realistically speaking, well, let's just use 50 and be crazy.
I think that's realistic for a big fat guy who's out of shape.
50? I can't do 50 push-ups.
I mean, that's like, you can do like 5 push-ups for an hour. It's a lot,
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
take
it's
a
tough.
break.
Yeah,
Are you ready to do 5 more?
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well,
Anyways,
when
let's say-
we,
yeah.
when we say that to him, a part of him has to do some. He cannot be void of thought, and he cannot be void of.
No, but dude,
a part of him is going to start
Yes,
being like.
but it's going to be everything, dude.
it's the mode
yes.
that you're getting into.
Yes, but you can't he's going to go through whatever he goes through, but you can't control that, dude. If I tell anyone we're going to do 50 push-ups and dude, I do that when I bring people in the sauna, all right?
Yes.
I tell them,
I love the story of the sauna. Can I tell my sauna story after?
Sure.
Go ahead. You tell them. What do you tell them when you
I
bring
tell
them
them,
in the sauna?
I tell them, have you done sauna before? And then they go,
Well, let's act it
no,
out.
not really.
You want to act it out? Go ahead.
Well, I don't know that you know what.
Ah, shit. Yeah,
what
I
would say,
probably
okay?
won't have the right reaction.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And then they go, no, or like sometimes, or like a long time ago. And then I'm like, all right, let's start with 12 minutes. And everyone goes, that's nothing. I could do way more than 12 minutes. Dude, I do sauna a lot, okay? 12 minutes, it's not a long time, but it's a long time. Especially if it's at the hottest as possible, okay? I can stay in there, I can force myself in there, be like mentally strong, 22 minutes maybe, okay? It's a long time. Everyone has the same reaction. They're always like, I can do that. That's not even a problem. And then they realize, oh, it's way hot in here,
Yes.
right? So that guy would probably think that 50 push-ups in an hour,
Yes.
I think, I can probably do that.
That's
and
a
then
push
at-
up a minute.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then at like 20 or at like his 4th set, now he might be like doubting himself a bit, That's what actually goes on in your head when you're doing a workout. You're not thinking Michael Jordan. That's later. You can think Michael Jordan, David Goggins later when you have experience and you know what your mind is going to go through when you're going through the workout. Then you start thinking, I'm not getting in my way. I'm finishing this workout. I know how to do this. I can get this done. You know what
So
I mean?
that is
Later.
but that is the
But that guy doesn't know about that because
no. He has to develop that.
he has to develop the process of
Yes.
him not wanting to be there and then doing it anyways.
Which is the Jordan Goggins thing.
Later.
Now, I know later, but what
He
if,
doesn't know anything
but
about that.
You're saying like it goes. I'm saying in a kind of I'm being nitpicky. You're making it sound like it's 0 to 100. I'm saying on that day he'll go from 0 to 0.1 to 0.2.
But that's not how you're presenting it to him.
yes, that is maybe the.
You're showing him Michael Jordan.
and it's just too
and it-
far.
yes, exactly.
I'm seeing this now.
You have to show him
Your little first
this
step.
is going to be hard
Yes.
and we are going to get through it.
Yes, yes, that makes sense. And now that you say the sauna story, so me and you did sauna,
Yeah.
and I think now I realize that you were playing that game with me.
The
'cause-
same thing happened.
Yeah, no, it didn't, you bastard. It was like we're like 12 minutes. I was like, hey, I can last.
Yeah.
Like I can smoke this, and I'm gonna. You correct me if I'm wrong, all right? And I was like, same exact answer that you said. I'm like, I was like, yo, I can do this. This is super easy. Like I do this a lot. Blah blah blah. Like maybe not a lot. I've done it. Haven't done it in
I've
years.
done it before, yeah.
Yeah, I've done it before. We go through the first 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that we did it was I don't know. I guess like both of us were in the same mindset. There was no freaking clock in the thing, so like we left.
We had a timer.
We put the timer on and we put it outside the sauna
yes,
door
because the
and
sauna can
destroy our phone
yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever, and we're like waiting for it to beep.
Yes.
First 15
I
minutes.
do this all the time.
Yeah. So there we go. First 15 minutes, we smoked it. We did it.
Yeah.
Everything was good. Then actually we did something. I think we gym did or
Pool.
like pool or something. Yeah. And then like, okay, let's do
Back in the
another
sauna.
back in the sun. Let's do another round. We sat down and we started going through it again. Do you remember what happened to you in that time?
What?
Do you think you made it all the way to the end?
I stepped out?
Yes.
Oh,
you
shit.
stepped out way before me, like by like a minute or something. You walked out of the door and walked back in, like 2 times maybe.
Okay.
And I was like, I could do this. I was trying to Goggins it up. And then the seed of doubt, because I didn't know the time.
Yes.
And then the seed of doubt planted itself in my mind.
Yeah.
And started freaking growing. Like I was like, it was getting like the room was getting small, you
Yeah.
know. And I was like, oh my god. And as soon as I was like, because I'm so competitive, like I wanted to just make sure. But also the fact that you had already stepped out, in my mind I was like, okay, we did it. We
Yeah.
outlasted him, so it's okay. So now that seed started getting bigger, bigger, bigger. And as soon as I mentally was like, I can't do this anymore,
The
I
timer went
put
off.
my hand on the handle,
Yeah.
and the timer went off.
Yeah.
But I had broke. Like I broke literally
Yeah.
1 second
Yeah.
before the timing, and I couldn't. And I was talking to you about this after. I was like, I couldn't bank the win because it's not that I failed, but I broke.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest lesson in forcing yourself to do time in the sauna. Dude, like this has happened to me so many times, man. By the way, I mean it's kind of too late now because it's not super cold outside, but
Are we going to the sauna?
no, the cold plunge, man.
Oh, yeah.
I have a, that bath thing.
Yes.
But I've been anyways.
I gotta say, like the cold plunge thing, there's like a lot of data now, like especially if you're working out, like it's people who do cold plunge like daily, like completely takes away a lot of your gains in the gym.
Really?
A lot, like something like they used 2 people and it was like 66% less muscle growth on the people who were doing cold plunges every day.
But I think there's a lot of other benefits though.
Yeah. That is
other
literally
than-
things that are
yeah,
listed. Like,
other than
yes.
building muscle, I think it's like.
But if you're a gym bro and
yeah.
you're every day doing cold plunges, you're negating your gains big time. But if you're not, and there's like the immunity response and all of that, like that's good.
and like
you got to
and-
space shit out.
and mood and inflammation and all
Yeah.
that. I think for overall athletic performance, you
Yeah.
think it's good or no?
Don't do it right after you work out as a thing where you're like, oh, this is
Right.
good for my muscles.
No,
Like,
no. You
dude.
do it like
Yeah.
at night,
Off day.
off day.
You know, like here and there, sparse. But if you're gonna do it every day and you're like a gym bro and you're working out a lot, you're working against yourself.
So-
it's like
So I think the biggest lesson to learn about the sauna is to hang in there. Because dude, it happened to me so many times that like I tap out, I step out, I look at my phone at my phone,
30 seconds. You know?
30 seconds
Yeah.
or less.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that is
It's really tough, man. Like when it gets tough, first of all, if you're 2 people in the sauna, I used to be more intense about it. If you bring a friend in the sauna, I tell them like, look, we are in this together. I'm not gonna say that I'm hot and that I want to go out because that mentally it opens the door to the possibility that we will get out.
we're breaking.
We both have to
Yes.
keep it in, take care of your own mind. We're taking of our own mind for the benefit of the other person.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Amazing. Yeah. You're like, it's not you anymore. It's the other person that's in
Yes.
play, and now
Because
there's that
yes,
dynamic.
yes.
that
So
you're
you
bouncing
can't
off of.
say it's hot.
Yes.
You can't ask how much
Time
time
is
you think
left.
there's left. That you have to take care of your own self for the other person. You know,
Yes.
you got to carry your own weight.
Yes, yeah, that's the best. And these are the things I think that like, David Goggins, like all of these people, like this is and even like people who are like, I love like, despite love, we're not talking politics or anything, but like, I love Navy SEALs because of the mental grit that they have. Like these guys are insane.
How's
when-
Navy SEALs politics?
Like American politics, and I don't know why. Like they could have been like any SEALs. You know what I mean? Like I'm just naming them.
Okay.
Like I just their mental grit. The guys who make it, it's crazy. There was this show where they follow like I forget what it was called, man. It was like a number or something. Anyways, they'll get like 100 of these. Have you seen any of these? They'll get like
I've seen
100
some
new,
back in the day.
100 new
Recruits?
and the guy will be like on day one, he'll be like 10% of you are making it through this first week. They call it like Hell Week. 10% of you, 90% of you are gonna crack. And dude, some of them after like the first couple of days, you're like, this guy's making it. This guy's crushing
He's a
it.
stud.
He's a stud. And then you're like, oh my God, that guy just cracked like an
Yeah.
egg and is like destroyed.
Yeah.
And that is kind of like you're fending off it's the sauna thing. If you're sitting there and you did it in this move, in your move, you have like a reason, you gave yourself a reason to be able to kind of make yourself accountable and manage your space, which was outside of you. And a lot of the guys who make it through Hell Week, they have like their own deep-seated reasons like
Yeah.
that they have, but they also try not to make it too much about themselves and make it a little bit more about the team. Those guys have way stronger a chance of making it through because they're like, I'm doing it a part of it, obviously not 100% of it, but you see it. They're doing it for somebody else. They're like, I will do this for this other person as well to help them get.
You know what's funny though? So that's nice that you think that of me.
It's a move.
If I'm in the sauna and I told that person that before we started, the like I don't know, like let's say we're going for like 18 or like 20, you know.
Yes.
If he breaks, automatically in my mind, I think to myself, fuck him.
Yeah. That's also.
It's automatic, bro.
Yes. That's your the preservation.
Then
now it's you.
Then it becomes me against him.
Of course.
I'm saying he's done. I'm
That's
letting him
it.
drown, bro.
That is exactly it. It's like, hey, we had this thing, and now
And you broke.
and now I have to change.
I have to do everything.
I have to do what I have to do, and I have to change
Yeah.
my attitude and mentality, and why right now to keep going.
Yeah.
And that means I have to turn it on you.
Because yes,
Because
I'm not carrying you.
Yes.
If you would have been
Who's gonna carry the
Yes.
boats?
If you would have been struggling, but I would have seen that you would have be doing your best to keep up,
Yes.
then I would have stayed by. But as soon as you be like, fuck, dude, we should get out. It's really hot in here.
Ah,
Fuck
dude,
you, bro.
You have become the Trojan horse in
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
and you're gonna bring this here.
Yeah.
I have to literally nuke you.
Yeah,
We
but
have no
I can't.
choice.
Yeah.
We can't continue.
Now
you're the enemy.
I'm barred.
You've been bit by a vampire.
I'm not even making eye contact with you
yes,
anymore.
you need to leave.
Yeah.
Like we need to have you out of the room. I'm gonna have to shoot you in the head.
Yeah, or you know what? I mean, you need to leave.
Well, I'm just saying that theoretically.
Dude, if you
metaphorically, sorry.
If you leave in my head, I'm like, you're a bitch.
Yeah, you've made it even worse. Yeah, but those are the dynamics that you mentally, the mental gymnastics that you have to go through in order to get through that and that whole process. And that is the thing. Like it really is something, you know.
Yeah.
It's something special. And again, I think even the reason why we're talking about this, because I feel that way when I do jiu-jitsu.
Really?
Yes. I feel the for other people thing. Like if I'm competing, I feel it hits.
Yeah.
Like there's a huge thing there where it's like for others, but then at one point, if like whatever the scenario is, others are, I can't even imagine a scenario, but at one point it could become all about me. And
Yeah.
it's like, fuck all of
Yeah.
you. I got to do this.
Dude, you know what's so you know in those shows, those Navy SEAL shows, all right? This is actually a Goggins thing. I hate talking about famous people on our podcast. It feels like we're fucking writing dicks.
Yeah.
But anyways, he said that when he would go see someone ring that bell to say that I quit, he would think like, that dude is smart. You know why? Because he's not going to put himself through hardship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
going to walk away.
Yes.
I think that sometimes when I see people leave this gym,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you know why he's leaving this gym? Because he has potential outside of this gym. He has a life greater than this gym. And then the people who stick around, I'm like, these are the grunts, dude. You know, like they need this for some reason. They need to come in here and continue to grind and continue to get punished.
My people.
And it is surprising sometimes, you know, like some of these guys who come in here and who have been coming in here for 5, 6, 7 years, they're smart fucking kids.
Yeah. What is that little nest inside of them of, of something that's in there deep?
Yeah.
It's a real thing. Like the other day I was going down memory lane and I was like looking into
old
photos.
photos, yeah.
Whoa, back, and I'm like, what happened to that guy? What happened to this guy? People that I just literally have erased because I'm like, they're not part of the pack anymore. Erased. I don't even, like, only in the moment I was like, oh yeah.
I used to be
like
friends with that guy.
I spent like a good
We traveled
year,
together,
you know,
yeah.
like I saw him like 6 hours a week, you know, like,
Yeah.
like, and now erased.
But there's something to that, man. You know, it's like, I don't think that there's one that's better than the other. I think that you can be successful and accomplish a lot being both those persons, you know? Be the person who really makes roots in a place and then builds a foundation off of that, or being the person who, you know, gets experience here, brings it here, gets experience here, brings it here,
100%.
you know?
Yeah.
Because, dude, there's some people, especially in this gym, because we're by the university and all that, people come and go.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they don't leave because they're pussies. They
No.
leave because
They took what they needed.
They have
They
another
had the
opportunity.
experience, yeah. And whatever it is, this little thing, they got something, whatever it is, and they're like, that's what I needed. Maybe they don't say that, but in life, in the large scheme of things, it will be a contributing factor to wherever they're going to end up. And it's just a little piece in their little storyline. Whereas the grunts, as you like to call them, are kind of here, and we're in it. All right, Max, listen. We got these two beautiful boxes.
Yep.
We've talked the good people's ear
It's
off
that
with our
time.
good old
Philosophical
philosophical
We are
stuff.
philosophers.
And now we enter the box. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. I bet you didn't think I would do it a third time. Dun, dun.
I thought I saw it coming.
You saw it coming.
Yeah.
It's 4! Dun,
Oh,
dun.
that one.
You had no idea.
4 is weird,
Yes,
bro.
it is weird. Like there's
gotta
like
do
a
it-
crossing. Yeah, now I have to go all the way to like 12,
Just, yeah.
where people are just like, not again, dude.
Fucking
This is
weird OCD guy.
Yeah.
What does he keep doing?
Yeah. All right, there's one question in here.
All right.
Let me do the honors
What about
today.
this one?
Oh,
dude, this one's full.
that one's full. Okay, well, let's empty out this guy.
More cursive.
Yes. What the hell is up with our members and cursive?
It's the same person.
It's the same question. This is the same. I think we had this question, and I just put it back in the
What
box.
is it?
I don't even remember if we answered this. Are we allowed to refuse a role
Yes.
with someone?
We read it.
We did?
Yep.
I'm useless. Higher, lower weight.
Last week.
Yeah, we did this. I will rip it. Ceremonially, this
Wait,
question.
hold on. Let me
Uh-oh.
see this.
Sorry, I did not rip anything.
I just want to see the writing to see if it's the same. No, this is a different font, but still cursive.
Well, I think we're onto something here. Maybe that's like every time I have somebody walk into the gym, I'm going to be like, write a sentence on this paper. You're not going to make it.
Did you ever see that show, Mindhunters?
No, but the name rings a bell, but I
It's
don't know.
about the Unabomber and how they found him, and it was the first guy who was like, we need to study his writing.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
The way he crosses his T's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
downwards, he's negative. Yeah,
All right.
let's go.
When facing upper belts, period.
Another upper belt question.
Yeah. People are worried. Do you just play your game and try to not be...
I always love when Faraz reads his question.
Yeah.
His questions on his podcast. He's always like, guys, you got to do better with your grammar and your syntax. Like, because you end up reading it kind of in the person's voice, and he always says that thing where it's like, guys, come on, like read a book. Let's do better with our grammar.
But he's like a freaking university guy, man.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
He's like a
Philosophy guy.
He's a philosophy guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right, let's get through this question because you know
Yeah.
us, bro.
Yeah,
We'll-
we are
we'll
gone
branch
on
out.
another tangent.
When facing upper belts, do you play your game and try not to be psyched out? If you only play D, if you only
Riva?
play D, D like defense. You'll get out. You'll get overwhelmed eventually, right?
That is so, like, I'm so nuts when it comes to this stuff. Like, he has a question, but also whoever this person is.
It's his thought. It's like, but if you do that,
Me, what strikes me is you're asking, but you also are insinuating what you want the response to be, which is very telling. You know, the person who wrote this question in this wonderful handwriting, when facing upper belts, do you just play your game and try not to be psyched out? That's the real question. But then he added, like, if you only play defense, this is here, you'll get overwhelmed eventually.
right?
Like, right? That is exactly what's going to happen, right? Whereas, no, that's not true. Like, ask John Lau that question, you know? John Lau is the ultimate defense. You're not black belt.
Yeah, but John Lau's a black belt, bro.
So what, dude? Black
This
belt,
guy is-
black belt
is-
against black belt.
Fine, but this is not the scenario.
What do you
This
mean?
is a white belt talking about upper belts. Dude, I rolled with Mort last night.
Yeah.
By the way, I was tired last night. You know, like,
Me too.
I'll come here tired sometimes, and I'm like, maybe I'll wake up when I get there. I never woke up. I rolled with Mort, and I was like, yeah, that's enough. I went back home, and I got McDonald's, all right?
Yeah, that's good.
But anyways,
If you only play D, you'll get overwhelmed, right?
yeah.
And you were going to probably say something along the lines of, like, because Mortz is a black belt, you have no choice but to play D. or-
No.
No?
I think it's both. Like, play your game. But look, here's the thing, man. If you're going against a higher belt, like if I go against Mort, it doesn't matter what I do. Play my game, play a different game, play defense, play offense. I'm getting my ass kicked. So it doesn't matter, bro. Play whatever you're going to play and try to learn whatever you need to learn from that role.
This is such an interesting statement. Whoever wrote this, I hope I can find who this is. I have a feeling.
Guys, by the way, you're allowed to write your names on these questions. It doesn't have to be anonymous. I mean, I understand wanting to be anonymous,
Yes.
but if you write your name on the question, we can tag you on an Instagram post and you can be sure to see what
that you
we
got the
answered, you know?
yeah. But I love this because this is like two thoughts in the way I see this. Maybe this says more about me than about this person, but it's like the first part of his question I feel is super justified. And then it's like, I feel like he's tussling with these two thoughts. When you're facing an upper belt, do you just play your game and try not to be psyched out? I mean, he's literally saying, he's explaining that is the effort, right? Like, try to play your game and don't get psyched out. And then the second part is him psyching himself out, which he says, or they say, if you only play D, you'll get overwhelmed eventually, right? You know, like, he literally has in one moment the truth and then in the other moment the fear. And it's like those two things are tossing
Yeah, isn't
literally
that what,
in his words.
yes, but isn't that,
It's not a question.
okay, so it's the most human piece of paper on
Yes,
earth.
it's very human and beautiful.
Because that is,
yes,
that, you know,
that is the plight.
Every
I
thought
think it's
is a reaction to an opposite thought
yes,
to a certain extent.
yes, but I mean he
Unless
he
you're,
put it
unless
down
you're in
on
a really
paper,
good, yeah.
which like is the amazing person.
So, I want to hear what you have to say about this.
Yeah. I mean, it is true. That is, the beginning is the answer. Do you just play your game and try not to get psyched out? Yes. And literally also, yes. That is literally your roadmap. That is your homework. Play your game, try not to get psyched out. That's it. I mean, it is what it is. Like, what is your expectation? That you're going to win? No. The expectation is, here's what's asked of you. Play your game, try not to get psyched out, especially against a higher belt. Like, some people will respect them. This happens with me. People respect me too much. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh man, he's got me. Oh no, they let it go. They assumed I know something that they don't know. So they got psyched out. The answer is right there. You must just play your game and not get psyched out.
Are you training at noon?
Leave me alone. I don't want this. And let's say, and then, yeah, and part two of this
That's so good, bro.
is also the what to avoid.
Yeah.
if you only like he has literally my answer is his question. I don't know else how to do this.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So does that make sense? Did I do this
My
justice?
answer is his question.
My
yeah.
answer is his question.
No, no,
Here,
no, no.
I'm gonna reread it in a different way.
Yeah.
Do you just play your game and try not to get psyched out? My answer is play your game, try not to get psyched out. If you only play defense, you'll get eventually overwhelmed, right? Yeah, don't play defense all the time because or don't even think like that. Like you already are overwhelmed. That thought is the overwhelm. You've already lost if you're having these thoughts. Get away from me. Yeah.
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 But no, but I think he's
Oh, we're assuming it's a he, but this handwriting, let's do the forensics thing. Let me see here. Let me look at his T's. What do you think those T's say? Which chromosome is that letter T? Is that a female chromosome or is that a, I don't even know, male or I don't even know. If
I don't
those
know,
exist.
bro. The males do. What is it? It's a mix of cursive.
And then not cursive. I kind of
Actually, it's it's a mix of both a little bit. Interesting.
sounds like a dude.
But I think what this is trying to say is like. You know, I think you just need to kind of expect that like the role, if you roll with a higher belt, this is how it's gonna go. You have to make peace
Well-
with this.
Yes. Those two.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like it's a one.
Oh yeah.
Do you see like it's those two things like that you're tussling with.
Yeah.
Don't get psyched out. Like don't psych yourself out. Like he gives himself the answer. It's so funny. The answer is within you. The way he verbalized it is like these are the things that I'm struggling with. But he in the top part of the question is saying.
Okay, right. So basically, what you're saying is that let's say we make this two questions. Okay. When facing an upper belt, do you just play your game and try not to get psyched out? Yes. If you
Or
only
here's
play,
the other way. Ask the bottom part and then answer with the top
Okay.
part. What is that? What is the second quiz?
Okay, let's do that. If you only play defense against an upper belt, you'll
Turn into-
eventually get overwhelmed, right?
Like if we turn it into a question, will you eventually get overwhelmed?
Right.
And the answer is going to be the top part, which is, hey, just play your game
And try not to get psyched out.
and try not to get psyched out. Because that's when you ask me that question, that's what you're doing. I would say to you, if you ask me the second part of the question, I would
Yeah.
answer with the first part. Just play your game and try not to get psyched out.
I'd say it's kind of like the answer is yes to both of those. Like when facing an upper belt, do you just play your game and try not to get psyched out? Yes. If you only play defense, you'll get overwhelmed eventually, right? Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I know I'm nitpicking. He's leading us to say these things, but what I want to tell him is you shouldn't think. You're clearly psyching yourself out with the second part of your question, which is the Trojan horse, which is why you're going to crack in the sauna. You're thinking, I'm only playing defense. Eventually, I'm going to be on the back foot. You've already lost if you're thinking that way, because you've already psyched yourself out.
But you are
with that
losing
thought.
anyways, 100%.
But we shouldn't even look at it as like that.
Right.
You should just look at it as, which is the top part, like just do you, like without any kind of expectation of it. You just have to just be there. Like just do your best and don't even have this thought of like belt and I don't know what, like, because I'm an example of that. You could be rolling with me and that just because I'm a higher belt doesn't mean that like I absolutely have to beat you. Like it just doesn't. Anybody can get caught. I don't know. That's my thought. I really wonder who wrote this question. Should we do like a forensic test? Maybe we
DNA?
need to get like DNA
DNA kit?
swabs. Yeah, little special
With
box.
like white coats? Yeah. All right, well, thank you to whoever that was.
Yes, that was very fun. I'm gonna.
Ooh.
How many more we got in here? All right, we're at our limit for the episode. One.
This is
last.
very nice
Ooh.
writing.
Very nice writing.
Yeah, I think this might
Oh
be...
my God, more cursive.
I think this is the same as our other.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
But it was in another box.
And this is black pen. But I don't even think, is our pen black? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. I remember it being blue as well.
Yeah.
I think there's a blue one just
pen.
on the counter. All right, let's hear it.
Another higher belts question.
Man,
Yeah.
maybe we're being spammed by the Russians,
Yes. It's
the bots.
Okay. Do you think that higher belts using illegal moves on lower belts, example, wrist locks, heel hooks, knee bars, is fair for any lower belts? Could we consider it as training
For
to
the
be
future.
ready for the next level when it comes? Or is it just an ass move? I rolled with Clément last night.
Clément.
So yeah,
Clément was here last night.
yeah, the big guy. It's his
Interesting.
name, not Clément. God damn, is it Quentin? Is
Uh,
it Quentin?
Quentin, yes.
Quentin. Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
I rolled with Quentin last night. Okay. I think maybe he. It was like my first roll. You know, he's like, "You want to warm up first?" I was like, "This is gonna be my warm up." I don't know if he went easy on me or not. He's a big, strong kid.
He's a strapping young man,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Yes.
But anyways, I had like a single leg on him. He grabbed a wizard, and but I'm like on my butt still. Okay.
Yes.
When guys grab wizards, you can.
I always say wizards as well.
Yeah.
Wizards.
Wizards.
Yeah, I know it's fucked
Are you
up. Yeah,
serious?
I keep saying it at Murtaz's. I was like,
What the hell is a wizard?
I always thought it was a wizard.
Yeah, I thought it was a
Yeah,
wizard with the
me too.
hat.
No, it's not. I think
It's not fucking Gandalf.
No,
dog?
it's not Gandalf.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's like Weezer. It's a wizard.
Wizard.
Yeah, I don't even know. Maybe it's a wrestling thing. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Anyways, so
Sorry.
when I grab a wizard, I'm not changing.
I like that too. Yeah.
Okay, when I grab a wizard,
Or we call it a Gandalf.
a Gandalf.
Yeah.
All right. Their arm gets so he's trying to guillotine me.
Yes.
Right. So their arm gets stuck, and their wrist, like I'm looking at their hand. So now
He's trying to maybe potentially darce you.
yes, exactly, yeah. And then the wrist is right there.
Yes.
So
Dangly
I
wrist.
I got his wrist and I bent it.
You're a bitch.
And then when I saw that he was like, oh, I
Yeah.
stopped.
Yes. Yes.
So because I was like, I don't know, bro. I was like, I don't know. It's a white belt. Like he doesn't know that this is a dangerous thing.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
also,
know.
like, you're not allowed to wrist lock white belts. I mean, I don't know.
This is what this question is asking.
Yes, understood. And so what do we say?
So basically, blue belts are allowed, but not to white belts, and white belts are not allowed.
I mean, yeah, if we're
Is-
following
is
the
that-
formal
is
rules,
that what it is?
Yeah, you should be operating within the rule set of the lowest belt.
Okay.
Like I'm not even good at this, so I'm not even gonna act like I am. But like I'm just gonna use it as a crazy example. I'm doing no-gi. I'm not gonna heel hook a white belt. It's like
How do you know who's a white belt and no gi?
I have no idea. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So in the gi, I'm not gonna knee bar a white belt. Like it would be nuts, you know. Like he's just not ready for that. That's the whole reason why we wait till like
Right.
higher belts to be able to do these things. Like they're just not ready for those things. And so usually you got to default to kind of like the lowest belt. But that said, I do think, and to answer this person's question, yeah, if you're capable of playing by the higher rule set, you should be saying to the person pre-roll, hey, you want to do wrist locks? Like, or is that in the game? Like, and then it's so evil. And then, then it's fair game. But you shouldn't be doing it on an unassuming guy. Like he's a white belt. He's not gonna assume you're gonna wrist lock him. And that reminds me of fucking Sam, our Sam, brown belt Sam. The day I got my blue belt, the day he hurt my wrist with a wrist lock. And I think that's why I think it's a bitch move and fuck him. Like he literally that day wrist locked me like 6 times in a row. The day I got my blue belt, he got such a kick out of it. My wrist was all busted the next day. I was like, God damn it. And I think that's why I'm like, ugh. Like
Sam has a very cruel form of love.
that's a very cruel form of life.
of love.
Of love. Yes.
Like if he loves you, he's like he's like a big brother or a little brother, he's
Dude.
just like he just wants to annoy the fuck out of you,
He
especially
gets
in
such
rolling.
a kick.
Yes,
And
exactly. He
loves
likes it. He loves it.
laughs. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's like a like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, he's evil about it. Yeah. Anyways, he busted me up with those wrist locks. So ultimately, for me, yes, I do think at one point, if you don't want to end up like me, actually, this is the best answer. If you don't want to end up like me, which is they put a blue belt around my waist and they're like, you're allowed to do wrist locks. Yeah, but wait, nobody showed me anything. And then crack, 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 busted wrist. Like if you don't want to end up that way, you should probably towards like at a certain stage when you feel like maybe you're almost at the next level, you should probably be like, hey, maybe I should start looking into the things that these next level of people are going to do to me.
The thing with wrist locks is that no one fucking knows them. We never teach wrist locks.
Yeah, we don't. You're right.
The only one that I know how to get is there. Sometimes I get them like when I'm on. Oh no. When you're going for an arm bar, sometimes it can be
Yes,
like, fuck it, I'm not
dangling
able to get his arm
Yes.
out. The
Yeah.
wrist is there sometimes because
Yes,
you
amazing.
have the arm there. That's a fun time, but
No, yeah. There are a few kind of like reverse triangles always open up, like from the back, triangles from the back when you're that always kind of a dangly arm there. You can always do that. Like, man, there was this one dude. Every time that he was a brown belt. Every time that I took a cross collar grip on him, whether I was on the top or on the bottom, and I didn't have a strong wrist, he found a way to wrist lock me. Like I'm taking my cross collar, my wrist is a little bit bent. He's grabbing my elbow and he's just like, and he's looking at me dead eye. It's so, what's the word for that? Like, he's trying to eat my soul. Like, it's so wild.
is it like sadist? Or
Yes,
something?
that's what I'm looking for. Like, cause he's dead eye looking, he's enjoying it, and he knows. Like,
Yeah.
I just like, stop all of this. Stop looking into my everything, waiting till I crack.
You know what's interesting though? Like I'm just that guy, bro. Like I think I have no honor, bro. Like
That's the way to fight.
if it ends a fight,
That's the way to go.
then you do it.
Yes.
If I can win a fight because of my style where I grind for 4 minutes and at the last minute I get a pass,
Yes. In medieval
I
times,
win, bro.
In medieval times, you would live longer than me.
Dude, all of that bullshit about medieval knights fighting with honor,
Yeah.
no, dude.
No. Yeah.
I don't think so, man.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they were backstabbing motherfuckers.
Oh, there was, of course, like the dudes who would kick sand in your eyes and be like, like it is what it is, buddy.
it was so in medieval times, okay, the law was that everything you had went to your eldest son.
Wow.
Okay.
For real?
Yeah.
No matter what, that's the default.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you had let's say like 3 sons, okay,
Oldest
And-
gets everything, so
yes.
he's got to get murked.
so now you have 2 sons that are knights, right? They have armor, they have horses, okay, they got squires, but they have nothing. They don't have land, they don't have nothing. So basically you got 2 armed guys with nothing to do, and if there's not a war going on, bro,
You're gonna get.
they're out to get theirs, man.
Yeah.
They're out fucking robbing,
Yes.
fucking.
Yes.
They're looking for trouble. That's why the
Oh damn! I was so sick. I thought that the incentive was to kill their bro so that they can be the next older
there's
one.
that too.
Yeah.
There's that too.
That's
but
fucked
you know
up.
when the crusade happens, it was such a relief
Oh.
for
Yes,
Europe
let's
because now
put their
all
attention.
of those guys now went over there
Yeah. Thank God.
to kick ass.
Yes.
And
yeah.
everything over there was up for conquest.
Amazing.
So now you had these princes with no land. If you were like ambitious, you were like, I'm going over there and I'm going to be the fucking, the lord of some,
X town.
yeah.
Yeah. That's such a wild thing, dude. What a wild thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we like jujitsu.
Because what?
Like, I mean, like maybe we're those people.
We're princes with no land?
Yeah, we're trying to go conquer somewhere. We're
Yeah.
like, I just gotta get ready, guillotining everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's maybe what it is. We're descendants of that. All right, Max. I think.
But you know what? That's
go
the same
ahead.
thing, bro.
Who?
That's the same thing that we were saying at the beginning of the podcast.
Let's do the loop around.
All right. Now imagine this, okay? The eldest son who inherits everything the dad had, right?
Yes.
he's probably
Oh
thinking,
my God, I get it. Yeah.
He's probably thinking, I'm an honorable man. He gets to live an honorable life.
Yes. Yes.
Because it was, and he must think, no, I did the right things. I
Yes.
was an honorable man.
Yes,
you
I
know?
acted accordingly.
And then his brother is like, man, what a I have nothing. Like, I have to be my brother's bitch for the rest of my life?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Fuck that. I'm going to Italy and I'm getting my own, bro.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Well, that would be. I mean.
So now you
that
have-
would be the powerful, accountable choice. But like in the context of what we were saying earlier, that guy can maybe, instead of doing that, I'm gonna go get my own, he would maybe be way more self-destructive, start causing some chaos, and start being like,
Dude, there's
down
no
and in
more
on himself.
there's no more destruction than fucking going to Italy and
Oh,
fucking
right.
stealing some other guy's
Right.
castle.
Yes,
That
yeah.
guy's a criminal.
Yeah.
He is the worst criminal.
That's so funny.
Dude, you know the
Imagine the feeling you've taken someone's castle and you start walking around and you're like,
this is mine now.
it's mine now.
This is mine. And by the
Yes.
way, not only this castle is mine,
Yes.
but all the lands that are around it with the peasants working,
Yes.
that's also mine.
It's like mafia mentality back then.
Yeah.
This is like literally like les gangs de rue, like that's what they're
Yeah.
doing here.
Yeah. Except for they were on horseback and they had
Yeah.
armors.
Yeah.
And if if a troop of like 100 guys showed up at your castle and you weren't ready for it, you can send out a pigeon.
Yeah. Oh man, pigeon sending was dope. Imagine. Damn. My cousin Eric wrote me. What? Yeah.
50 armored men are outside my house.
Damn it.
Pizza Weeks right away.
That means they're right outside. That's the best move.
Yeah.
But all right, we did it, and this will be it. Next week we'll have a couple more questions. Remember, guys, please put questions in the box so that one
Yeah.
day we don't have to fake. I don't have to put a faker in there.
That'd be
Where
funny.
Max, yeah, you guys can clearly see through the paper that it's blank. Or Max is taking his time trying to figure out a question for us.
Yeah.
We don't want that. And no more cursive. And work on your syntax and your grammar.
Cursive
don't
is
know.
okay.
Actually,
It's just
the
a
grammar
bit,
was great.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, I'm joking.
And also the podcast is now available on Spotify.
What the hell? You did it without me?
Yes, there's one episode on Spotify. Episode 16,
What is it? How
the
did
one
they
that
get it?
came out this morning.
We should put a
is-
link on our Instagram.
I did a story.
I remember with the chicken.
Yeah, beef fritter.
Beef fritter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it's on Spotify, and from now moving forward, I'm gonna do my best to upload them to Spotify, and we're trying. I mean, this is business stuff. Maybe they don't need to know, but yeah.
We're trying to get
And
somebody to do
just
more editing.
like clockwork,
Who's coming
here
in?
is Deanna.
Is it
and
GSP?
Maxine.
Maxine? All right, gang.
That's it.
Okay, we're calling it.
See ya, Abby.
Traditional. Dun, dun, dun.